This is another sign of the times, an analysis, and a commentary. Donald Trump is unfit to be president. Is Donald Trump nuts? Or is something else going on here? Out of nowhere, he fired James Comey, the FBI director. Out of nowhere, Trump tells us he would be honored to negotiate directly with the leader of North Korea after weeks and weeks of threatening war. Out of nowhere, he says he would consider a gasoline tax to pay for infrastructure. Out of nowhere, he says he is considering breaking up the nation's biggest banks. He also says that his Obamacare replacement legislation contains protections for people with pre-existing conditions, but it doesn't. There's barely a dictator in the world for whom he doesn't have praise. And he repeats a known falsehood, that Barack Obama wiretapped him, and he tells reporters they should go find the truth, when, as president, he could get the truth from the FBI with one phone call, and when pressed whether he stands by that allegation, answers, he doesn't stand by anything, and he is a liar. Again, who is the father of lies? So then, is Donald Trump crazy? Or is this a political strategy unfolding? We don't know, but it tells us that absolutely anything is possible. Trump was always going to be an unpredictable work in progress because he did no homework before coming to office, which is why he now tells us that he's finding so many problems more difficult than he anticipated, and because he didn't know most of his cabinet members. They're sort of like a pickup basketball team, bound not by a shared vision, but by a shared willingness to overlook Trump's core ignorance, instability, and indecency, and serve in key jobs as much to restrain him as to be guided by him, or so they say. And the 100-day reviews are in, and they're terrible. The healthcare faceplants just keep coming. The administration's tax plan offers less detail than most supermarket receipts. Trump has wimped out on his promises to get aggressive on foreign trade. The gap between big boasts and tiny achievements has never been wider. Yes, Donald Trump is a liar. And who is the father of lies? Since President Trump's firing of FBI Director James Comey, one question has been repeated over and over, with Democrats lacking any real governing power. Are there a few good elected men or women in the Republican Party who will stand up to the president's abuse of power as their predecessors did during Watergate? And this question will surely get louder with the report that Trump asked Comey in February to halt the investigation into the president's former national security advisor. So, what is the answer? The GOP never would have embraced someone like Trump in the first place, an indecent man with a record of multiple bankruptcies, unpaid bills, and alleged sexual harassments, who lies as he breathes, for the answer to ever be yes. So again, who is the father of lies? Virtually all the good men and women in this party's leadership have been purged or silenced. Those who are left have either been bought off by lobbies or have cynically decided to take a ride on Trump's good ship lollipop to exploit it for any number of different agendas. They say it has not been without costs. Trump has made every person in his orbit look like either a liar or a fool, as David Axelrod put it. Trump had the power to appoint climate deniers to key environmental posts, and he did it science be damned. And Trump had the power to fire Comey, even though it meant firing the man investigating him for possible collusion with Russia. And Trump did just that. Appearances be damned. So they say. Nothing else matters. This is now a raw contest of power. Just think about that picture of Trump laughing it up with Russia's foreign minister in the Oval Office, a foreign minister who covered up Syria's use of poison gas. Trump reportedly shared with him sensitive intelligence on ISIS, and Trump refused to allow any U.S. press in the room. The picture came from Russia's official photographer in our White House. It's nauseating, and the GOP is still largely mute. If Hillary had done that, they would have shut down the government. Mr. Trump is reported to have disclosed national security information of profound consequence that relating to the sources of intelligence and methods of its collection. Sources and methods, as is known in the intelligence community, is especially crucial because it relates not only to the substance of intelligence, but also to how it was obtained. When this kind of information is revealed, the nation may no longer be able to use this collection method in the future, with long-term security consequences. Donald Trump is unfit to be president, a danger to the country and the whole world. John, chapter 8, verse 44. You are of your father, the devil, and your will is to do your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning and has nothing to do with the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks out of his own character, for he is a liar and the father of lies. Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. This calls for wisdom. Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.